are watching Bracket Week presented by Kubota. Back in Las Vegas for Mountain West semifinal number 2. It features the Colorado State Rams taking on the New Mexico Lobos. A look at the bracket in the Mountain West, and just a short time ago, San Diego State advanced to tomorrow's championship game on CBS against the winner of this one. And hi again, everyone. With Steve Lapis, I'm Andrew Catalan. Evan Washburn will join us as well. Colorado State safely into the NCAA tournament field. What about New Mexico?
You know, I would bet that they're probably in right now, one of the last 4 in, but it's when you're in that situation, nothing's assured. They win this game, they're assured they need to do that.
Here's a look at the tournament resumes for both of these teams. And our Jerry Palm does have New Mexico in as a 10 seed. They have 24 wins. There's a lot to like about their resume.
There's a whole lot to like about their resume, and a whole lot to like about their team, and a whole lot to like about the way they play the game. Very entertaining the way they do things.
A lot to like about their guard play as well.
Yeah, no doubt. These two guys really run the show. They're a top 5 team in terms of tempo. They are actually every one of their possessions lasts 15 seconds. That's number 9 fastest in the country. So this team is going to push it up, run, block shots, because they lead the league in block shots, and steals. They are going to get up and down and go.
But Colorado State has one of the best players in the league in Isaiah Stevens.
Yeah, he's been terrific for 5 years. He's the active NCAA leader in assists. He's done everything. He's also a very, very good three-point shooter, having an All-American type season.
A lot of New Mexico fans have made the trip to Las Vegas. Tip-off is coming up next on CBS Sports Network.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Kubota. Together we do more. By Werner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness. Reach new heights. And by Ace, the helpful place.
Getting set for tip-off in Las Vegas. Both teams playing their 3rd game in 3 days. And for more on that, we send it over to Evan Washburn.
Yeah, Andrew, New Mexico last night played with a level of desperation and intensity that was no doubt fueled by the NCAA tournament stakes that you and Lap laid out. Now the question is, can they replicate it tonight on that short turnaround? Because they didn't return to their hotel until 12:15 this morning. We talked to Coach Pitino, and he said today was about rest and recovery. And you can see the minutes that were played, too, by some of the key starters in the emotional output of that game. Now, he said there are no excuses going into this one. And he also added, our season's not over. Kind of the point you guys brought up. They still have goals here in Vegas, and they expect to bring that same level of energy and intensity to this one.
Well, I'll tell you what, Evan, that's a great point, because when you watched that game last night, they wreaked havoc on Boise State. They sped them up and played their game at their pace. That takes a lot of energy, but I have to think that this crowd here is going to do their best to help them do the same thing tonight.
You see the starting lineups brought to you by Kubota. Nick Clifford coming off a big game in the upset win over Nevada yesterday. 14 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 blocks. Niko Medved in his 6th year. What a wonderful job he has done at Colorado State. They beat San Jose State in the first round on Wednesday, and then knocked out the number 2 seed Nevada yesterday. I would say it's about an 80-20 split in favor of New Mexico in terms of fans.
100%. I think I'm in the pit.
Well, it's the Pit West. They are jumping here late night in the Mountain West. Our officials Michael Reed, Michael Irving, and Nate Harris. Third meeting of the season between these two programs. Colorado State won at home in early January. New Mexico won a tight one on February 21st in Albuquerque, 68-66.
You know, there's only two teams in the country that lead their conference in steals and blocks, and this New Mexico team is one of them. So they make a lot of opportunistic things happen with those two things.
Long Beach State is the other. Underway with New Mexico in the white uniforms.
And you can see Nico Medved mix things up a little bit between man and zone, but mostly man-to-man.
Nelly Jr. Joseph puts the Lobos on the board.
The transfer from Iona used to play for Richard's dad, Rick, at Iona.
And Rick Pitino, a great run in the Big East tournament, but St. John's lost a 95-90 game to UConn earlier tonight. And Isaiah Stevens, a rare turnover. Second in the conference in assist-to-turnover ratio.
But New Mexico is the best in the conference at forcing turnovers, over 14 a game. That's what they love to do. That's how their transition starts, is with steals. They average almost 9 steals a game, too.
Here's Jalen House. Now Joseph on the post, draws the double team, and he throws it right to Nick Clifford. Colorado State has won 4 games entering this one. And good defense by House to knock it out of bounds with the shot clock at 13.
This Colorado State team is one of the best offensive teams in the country. They're tremendous passing the ball. It's good defense there. They put the pressure on you. But they number 3 in assists. They're one of the best field goal percentage teams in the country. They have just shot the ball horribly from the three-point line in Mountain West games.
38% from deep in the non-conference, 31% in league games. Shot clock's at 3. Clifford's got to put one up. Great defense by the Lobos. Two trips, 2 turnovers for Colorado State.
Yeah, I mean, this team is very aggressive defensively. They're going to use their hands a lot. And this Dent, maybe the most improved guy in the conference, averaged 5 a game last year. Now he's at 15.
He had 29 in yesterday's win over Boise State. Stevens doesn't get the bounce, and the rebound is grabbed by J.T. Toppin.
What a year Toppin has had. 9 times Freshman of the Week.
9 times. Well, Ferris Bueller lap. House, 2 in a row.
You know, we talked to Nico Medved about House. He's the kind of guy, he gets off to a good start, could be a long night.
And Donovan Dent with a steal. Clifford trying to get back. Dent lays it in. Timeout, Colorado State. A 9-0 start for the Lobos. They're 4 of 4 from the floor. There's Eddie House, father of Jalen. Eddie, former Arizona State star, won an NBA title with the Boston Celtics. He's been into this one early. And there is Richard Pitino's family, his wife Jill, his daughters Ava and Zoe, and his son Jack is getting into the action here as well.
Coaches' wives never look happy. Mine never looked happy, I can tell you that. They never look happy.
Colorado State 0 of 2 so far with 3 turnovers, and Medved has to call an early timeout. Out of that timeout, Stevens. And here's Patrick Cartier.
The thing about the Lobos, too, is every rebounding statistic in the Mountain West, they're number 1 at.
House. And a foul as House was a little too aggressive after the miss.
One of the best rebounding teams in the country. Offensive glass, defensive glass. If you're Colorado State, they like to run too with Isaiah Stevens, but they are much better in the half court. They need to get this game in the half court because that's where New Mexico is not nearly as comfortable.
Well, the first semifinal tonight on CBS Sports Network, San Diego State got off to a horrible start, and then they won comfortably. So, see if that script happens again here, just over 3 minutes in.
And this is what Colorado State does. They reverse the ball as good as anybody in the country, side to side. Wow, tough shot.
Josiah Strong, and Colorado State still can't get in the score sheet, but a good job to tip it out to Stevens.
Well, that's a foul.
That's an offensive foul on Isaiah Stevens. 4 turnovers already for the Rams.
Oh, yeah. That's a good call. And the thing about them is they're one of the best in the country at not turning it over. They only average 10 turnovers a game.
Yeah, that's tops in the Mountain West.
Right now, this is a hectic pace.
Which is exactly what New Mexico wants as Jamal Mashburn Jr. makes it 11-0. Clifford turnaround. Mashburn. And Clifford is there to clear.
As I said when we were talking about the Open, they're number 9 in playing fastest, 15 seconds of possession. I don't know if they've had 15 seconds yet. Great pass.
And a huge block by Joseph. Can't have a better start than this for New Mexico.
Right now, these Lobos got it going on offense and defense. The best shot blocking team in the conference. They know how to get after you every which way. And now 11-0 lead to start this game over Colorado State.
Tonight's keys to the game are brought to you by Ace, the helpful place.
Well, Colorado State has to hit the boards. They are not a good rebounding team. They're playing the best rebounding team in the league. No live turnovers. Well, hasn't started out great. They already have 2, and already New Mexico has 7 points off turnovers. For New Mexico, defend the paint. Colorado State, number 8 in the nation in 2-point percentage. They love to score in the paint, and they've got to get to the foul line. They average 16 free throws made a game. They've got to look to attack and get to the free throw line.
Well, at the pit, the fans do not sit down until both teams score a field goal. So they continue to stand as Colorado State is 0 for 6 with 4 turnovers, which have led to 7 points for New Mexico. Clifford, and they still can't sit down.
They've been fortunate to get a couple of possessions, extra possessions. It's the 3rd one they've gotten against a team that really defensively rebounds well.
And Joe Palmer with the 3.
How about this kid? 26 points in the first 2 games in the Mountain West tournament. 14 the first day, 4 threes, 12 yesterday.
And can finally sit down here at the Thomas and Mack Center.
Well, they have a Division III transfer and 2 Division II transfers that play a lot. That 2 Division II transfers start. And Palmer is Division III.
Junior Joseph cleans it up inside. And Nico Medved told us about the transfers from D2 and D3 that they are so happy to experience this taste of conference tournament time in March Madness that it's really brought a fresh and inspiring message to the rest of the team.
Those guys are happy to get the Marriott buffet, believe me.
As Scott counted in 1 for Joel Scott, the D2 transfer.
Yeah, this kid averaged 23 points a game. That's a really good pass. They just lost sight of him.
Attended Black Hills State for the last 4 years and now in his first season in Fort Collins.
He's another kid who gets to the line a lot. Not a good three-point shooter, but he's tough inside. Very strong physically.
Let's go to Evan.
This is the exact response Niko Medved wanted. That last huddle, he said, don't let them bait you into settling for bad shots. Give the ball energy. Cut hard. Play hard. Don't settle.
Well, that's what Niko Medved's team do. They are really a terrific half-court offensive team. They got to get into their flow. New Mexico hasn't allowed them to early on in this game.
Jamal Baker on the floor for New Mexico. He's got the ball with 3 on the shot clock. Baker has to put one up. And the rebound to Palmer.
That's a good possession for Colorado State because they had to use the whole shot clock. Anytime you get New Mexico to use the whole shot clock, you did a good job.
Palmer thought about a 3. Now drives right at Joseph. Sends it out to Scott. Straightaway 3 is good for Joel Scott. Just his 12th three-pointer of the year.
Yeah.
And it's a 9-2 run.
Now you see Colorado State with a little juice in them defensively. And let's face it, if they can score, that'll keep the Lobos out of transition.
Once again, the shot clock inside 10. House connects.
Him and Dent last night had 51 points between them.
Already 7 for House. Palmer, nice fake, drives to the hoop, and knocked out by JT Toppin.
Toppin made a good recovery there because he really bit on that shot fake really hard.
Team up, hang on, take the ride. PBR teams coming this July. Colorado State has scored 3 points on each of its last 3 trips, but they come up empty here.
They get it up quickly.
Baker off the front of the rim. Stevens, he sees Tavy Jackson up ahead. Good vision from Isaiah Stevens. Seven assists per game for Isaiah Stevens. That's 6th in the country. Joseph sends it out. Now Mashburn Jr. for 3.
He has really struggled from the three-point line. He averaged 19 points a game last year. He's a much better three-point shooter. Boy, that's uncharacteristic for Isaiah Stevens to end up in a spot he shouldn't be in.
But he gets it back out to Palmer for 3. I'll tell you what, though, since that timeout by Colorado State, there's been a different intensity on both ends of the floor.
No question.
They took that early punch, but they have fought back. Nice cut by Joseph.
Really good finish on the pick and roll.
Here's Jalen Lake from the outside, nowhere close. He had a big day yesterday, though, 16 against Nevada. House to Joseph, and great defense as Rashawn Bemba got up.
I like this Bemba. He's going to be a good player.
And Stevens misses in tight. Some uncharacteristic plays from Isaiah Stevens early. But a timeout with 8 minutes gone by so far, and it's a 6-point New Mexico lead.
Welcome back to the Thomas and Mack. Well, Coach, when they do settle in their half-court offense, what are your priorities defensively?
Well, they run a lot of back screen, down screen stuff, so we got to communicate well. You obviously got to make Stevens play in a crowd, but he's a terrific player. And then we got to make a mess of the paint. You know, we can't let them get to the rim. We've had a couple of shot blocks, but we got to come up with those loose ball rebounds.
What do you like most about your start?
11-0 was nice, but obviously they came back. We told them at timeout they started 15-2 at our, or we started 15-2 at our place. Settle in.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we are 9 minutes into the first half. It's a 6-point game, and so far, Jalen House with 7 points.
Yeah, I mean, he's able to penetrate into the lane a little too easily there, draw the help, and give it in for a layup. And then he comes off screens here. They don't get to him fast enough. He's a good three-point shooter. He hasn't shot it great this year. He's at like 33%. But this kid moves without the ball, and when he gets in the lane, he can be really dangerous.
Also has 2 assists early on. He'll get a breather here. And Colorado State showing some pressure. Colorado State is 4 for 17, and they've missed 4 layups here in the first half. Dent. Tough pass for Amsiel to handle, and a turnover.
Yeah, that was a really careless pass.
See if Isaiah Stevens can get going. He's still scoreless and 0 of 3 from the floor. Stevens, great look. And Bemba inside. And it's going to be Colorado State basketball with 15 on the shot clock.
Good pass to Bemba.
Bemba comes out, Cartier returns. Cartier. And a foul is called. Lobos thought they had a turnover, and now Donovan Dent receives a technical.
A little quick in my eyes. I don't blame Richard Pitino. I mean, the kid reacted. I don't think it was it. And you know, the other thing is Mike Reed was all the way across the floor. It's not like he did it in his face or anything. You know, that's not a good technique. Sorry.
So that's 2 team fouls on New Mexico rather. The foul on the floor and then the technical, and Stevens makes the free throw.
And that's his second foul. He's got to come out. That really hurts. It's the second foul. He's going to sit. He might sit for the whole half. I doubt it, but he'll sit 5 minutes.
Stevens and Cartier couldn't handle the pass, and a tie-up. It'll stay with the Rams. .13 on the shot clock for Colorado State. Lake nowhere to go, so sends it out to Cartier. Stevens with 5 to shoot. Over to Jackson. Now Stevens with the shot clock winding down, and House the long rebound. So Isaiah Stevens yet to score after a 39-second possession for the Rams. Now tie up inside. Palmer goes to the floor, and it'll stay with the Lobos. Palmer, the energy guy here for Colorado State. Nico Medved told us today that Palmer wears his emotions on his sleeve. He's been a welcome addition in his second year now in Fort Collins.
And, you know, Toppin, I don't see him really involved in this game yet. He wasn't great yesterday either.
And a quick foul is called on Palmer. And the Lobo fans are upset because they saw Palmer say something to the official, and they wanted a technical, just like Donovan Dent just got. So Mustafa Amsiel is at the free throw line, the Mountain West 6th man of the year.
Let's take a look at how Amsiel, look right here. Nobody has him. He's going right to the basket. Miscommunication on defense there by Colorado State.
Stevens is 0 for 4, bounces it to Cartier. 9.5 to play in the first. Nice move by Cartier and the foul. Cartier playing with a mask after a broken nose against Wyoming. A chance for 3.
Yeah, strong move to Cartier. No double team, which you could understand, really. He's got J.D. Toppin, the best shot blocker in the league. But Cartier just was able to take him that time.
True Washington commits the foul. Joel Scott returns and Palmer heads out.
This game started out at a very hectic pace, and it has definitely slowed down.
3-point game. After starting 4 for 4, Lobos are now 4 for their last 11. And a good move inside for J.T. Toppin.
That was a good pass. Toppin was able to use his drop step to get that to the basket.
The Mountain West co-freshman of the year.
This team reverses the ball as well as any team in the country. That's how they get all that space that they need. Right there is an open shot.
Ryan Evans hits it.
That's pretty good half-court offense.
9-3 of the year for the freshman from Kansas City, Missouri. 8-2 in bench points in favor of Colorado State. House.
What a move.
And the dish to Amsil. Three assists early for Jalen House. Scott muscling his way down low, and he gets the roll.
Yeah, not doubling these guys in the post at all.
And now the pace is picking up again. Washington breaks free, but misses the jumper, and the rebound is grabbed by Cartier. Lake pushes up ahead. Stevens on the bench right now, getting a breather for Colorado State, approaching a media timeout.
Sometimes it's good to take a guy out when he's struggling, a good player. Let him sit and watch for a minute, comes back in, he's more ready.
Scott, again with muscle down low, gets it back and scores.
You know, this is one of the best two-point scoring teams in the country. Part of it is post-ups, part of it is drives. Right now the post-ups are really hurting New Mexico.
From down 11-0 to a tie game at 23. As Clifford commits the foul, that takes us to a media timeout. But the Rams have responded.
Welcome back to Las Vegas, Coach. You guys took a serious punch in round 1 of this game. How did you get it back on your terms?
I mean, that's kind of what you have to do. It's you get punched, you punch back. It's a game of runs, and same thing as last night. But, you know, New Mexico can do that to you in a hurry. But I thought our guys settled in, finally started getting some defensive stops, got in the paint, played with a little bit more poise, and now we got ourselves a ball game.
What does Isaiah Stevens need to do to get going?
He will. He'll get going. Obviously, he's on the top of everyone's scouting report. They get 2 to the ball to him on ball screens. Just got to keep doing what he does and be patient, find guys when they're open and stay aggressive. But that's why he's the player he is. He makes the right play. He'll be just fine.
Coach, thanks.
Thanks.
I mean, they're a very experienced team. They've played so many quad 1 games this year, but they can't let Jamal Mashburn get to that area there.
For Colorado State, Joel Scott is 4 out of 5. The rest of the team a combined 4 for 18. With Stevens back on the floor, and a foul is called. It'll go against Mashburn Jr. That's his first. And one more will send Colorado State to the free throw line with 6:55 to go. Scott inside. And he scores again.
You know, they're scoring a lot in the paint considering they're playing the best shot blocking team in the league.
He averages 12 per game. He has scored 12 in the first half. Joel Scott. Six to shoot. House so fast, gets to the hoop, but it's cleared by Scott. Stevens up ahead. Clifford in transition. Clifford goes looking for a foul, doesn't get a call. Ashburn, and on the floor he is fouled. That's the second on Nick Clifford. So he's going to come out of the game, and Jalen Lake will take his spot. Clifford, third team All-Mountain West.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that they really need because he's such a versatile defender. Great curl.
Toss shot. Ashburn with 6 early points after he was held to just 4 in yesterday's win over Boise State.
These two guards off the dribble, House and Ashburn, very tough.
Dent continues to sit with the 2 fouls. Ashburn on Stevens. Stevens cross court, good look, strong, misses the 3.
I mean, this is just one hard play there.
There's Dent watching with 2. House from the free throw line extended, doesn't get the roll, tipped back out to Mashburn. Joseph has been active here in the first half as Washington misses the 3 and Cartier with the rebound.
They really need to get Stevens going at some point.
Scott locates Lake. Neither team shooting the 3 particularly well. The Rams 3 for 11. New Mexico's 1 out of 4.
Not much going on in the last few minutes.
And a whistle and a foul inside against the Rams. Well, 12 hours from now, it's the A-10 semifinals. You'll see it right here on CBS Sports Network. How about the seeds advancing? 5, 6, 7, 9. That's tomorrow on CBS Sports Network.
And something you don't see too often, off day today in the Atlantic 10. Don't see that in these tournaments.
We've had 1 total field goal in the last 2.5 minutes. And a steal by Lake. Nico Medved said we would not have defeated Nevada yesterday without the play of Jalen Lake.
He played great. 16 points.
15 in the first half. Strong for 3. Wow, that was halfway down. Seal locates Mashburn. Extra pass. So work it around to Baker. Yes.
He can shoot. One of the oldest guys in college basketball. Texas A&M Corpus Christi, among other places.
Baker's 25 years old. Stevens still can't get one to go. With 3 minutes to go in the first, 5-on-4 the other way. Baker again. Colorado State has really cooled off. They're 0 for their last 5. .240 to play, and a steal by House. The NCAA's active leader in steals, and he's got another one for his total, a 7-0 run.
I mean, he's on the Naismith list for Defensive Player of the Year in the country.
And the Lobo fans have come to life here in Vegas. Out of bounds, it'll be Colorado State basketball when we come back. But the Rams are scoreless in the last 4.5 minutes. Lobos doing it on both ends of the floor. You're watching Bracket Week presented by Kubota. Oh no. Look at this. It's a late night back in New York. The only person awake is Rothstein because he sleeps in May. Jerry Palm is awake. And coming up on AT&T at the half, he's going to have an updated. I'm worried about Pete Gillen right now. I'm very worried about Coach Gillen. Pete, hang in there.
What's Wally become about?
I don't know what's going on. But this is an updated last 4 in, first 4 out from Jerry Palm up to the second, with New Mexico as part of his last 4 in. So the Lobos, according to Jerry Palm, don't want to see any bid stealers out there over the course of the weekend, and here are the potential bid stealers.
You know, I think Mississippi State was probably in already, but those other ones weren't in for sure. So, yeah, there's some bid stealing possibilities.
Late night in the studio, and a late night here in Vegas. 2:19 to go first half.
You know, Isaiah Stevens has to get going. He has no baskets and only 1 assist in this game.
Colorado State, no points in the first 4 minutes and 39 seconds, and no points in the last 4 minutes and 39 seconds. And they still can't end the drought. House. And Scott comes over to knock it away. Stevens. Good pass to Strong, who missed it. Josiah Strong and Isaiah Stevens are combined 0 for 10. And New Mexico calls a timeout with 1:31 to go. We'll be back in 30 seconds. There's Cuppy, the Reese's mascot. He'll be at the 2024 Reese's College All-Star Game presented by Walmart. Live April 5th at 6:30 Eastern right here on CBS Sports Network. Cuppy and Steve Lapis will be there together.
Yes, I will be with Cuppy.
Well, I'm glad if I can't be with you that Cuppy will take my place.
See, you're going to miss out on the big Reese's they give us, too.
It'd be nice if you maybe sent that my way. Joseph.
You know, you got to give New Mexico double dribble there.
Yeah.
You have to give New Mexico a ton of credit. They have really defended very well in the half court. No one on Colorado State except Joel Scott has more than 1 basket.
The drought has reached 5.5 minutes for Colorado State. Stevens still yet to have a field goal in this game.
And they're closing on him quickly. That time House was on him.
Scott trying to get around Joseph, sends it out to Stevens, and he's 0 for 6. Now, Richard Pitino told us this morning, key number 1, control Isaiah Stevens. They have done that so far.
like no one else has probably. I mean, for him to be walking around with a donut right now, well, no, he's got 2 foul shots.
Getting hungry. Cuppy, donuts. Stevens just picked up his 2nd foul.
At the line, number 5, Jamal Mashburn Jr.
Here's Jamal Mashburn Jr. knocking down the first free throw, 84% on the season. Did not play in the regular season finale against Utah State due to an illness, but Coach Pitino told us this morning he's 100% now.
I know they're going on offense, just Stevens got to make sure he doesn't get a charge or anything, or that he doesn't foul when New Mexico gets it back. There's going to be 13 seconds left.
Stevens, and he traveled. Wow. Just all out of sorts. 3rd turnover of the half for Isaiah Stevens. And he's 0 of 6 from the floor.
I mean, this guy's been an All-American all year. He's on one of the probably 3rd team All-American this year. That's how good he's been.
And he's a little shaken up after that last play, and he's going right into the Colorado State tunnel. He has scored in double figures in 30 of 33 games this year, but only 2 points in the first half. 6-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Top in turnaround, not there. Out of bounds to Colorado State with 7.9 seconds on the clock.
Plenty of time to get a good one. Well, when Isaiah Stevens in there, definitely had plenty of time.
Back for the Rams, number 10, Nate Clifford.
Clifford's going to come back in with the 2 fouls. Stevens still in the locker room for Colorado State. Lake brings it up. Lake over to Scott. Scott's rejected. Amseal blocks it, and that's how the first half ends. New Mexico closes it out on an 8-0 run, and Colorado State went scoreless in the final 6 minutes and 48 seconds of the first half.
Yeah, their defense in the half court especially was very good against a good half court team.
Evan with Richard Pitino.
Well, Coach Andrew just laid it out. How did you hold them scoreless for the nearly last 7 minutes of this half?
Played really hard, was very active with our hands, got a bunch of deflections, and we started rebounding the basketball. We played great defense the whole half, but we weren't rebounding. Finally came back, got some rebounds.
What will this game come down to in the second half, you think?
Toughness. You know, it's mid-March. That's what it's all about. It's not about the scouting reports. It's not about plays. It's about toughness.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
33-25 at the half in favor of the Lobos. Halftime here in Vegas. Coming up, it's 18 at the half. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by PBR Teams. Team up, hang on, take the ride. PBR Teams, July 2024.
Second half coming up from Las Vegas, our second semifinal of the night, and New Mexico with a 33-25 halftime lead. Colorado State scoreless over the final 6 minutes and 48 seconds of the first half. Back with Steve Lapis, I'm Andrew Catalon. Away from Evan Washburn momentarily. Colorado State really struggled in that first half. You look at their starters, Stevens, Strong, and Clifford, 0 for 15.
And it wasn't because they were missing. New Mexico was making them miss. New Mexico's defense in the half court was tremendous. And they weren't relying on steals, which is normally what they do. This was good, solid half court defense, stopping guys off the dribble, giving help when you needed to give the help, and then finishing it off by getting the rebound. As Richard Pitino said, they started rebounding the ball much better. Active hands here, as you can see, that leads to a layup. This team defensively has been great. Isaiah Stevens has probably not had a half like this all year.
Evan, what's the latest on Stevens?
Yeah, and Coach, it's probably because he's dealing with a left calf strain. We saw him leave the floor early in that first half. Now, he started this game with that performance tape on that left calf, clearly aggravated. Talked to Coach Niko Medved. He said he's going to give it a go and see what he can do with it. And when it comes to basketball, felt like they rushed shots, and that's why they got into that scoring drought. Wants more paint touches. That's what this offense is built on, and their defense will ignite their offense, guys.
Good start for Colorado State, ending that scoring drought.
Yeah, they got it into the low post and got a dive, and they were able to hit that guy.
Lobos 15-0 this season when allowing 30 points or fewer in the first half. They don't have the answer at the other end, out of bounds to Colorado State.
Let's take a look at this first basket. Nelly Joseph, he turns his head. He loses his man because look where he's looking. You got to see your man in the ball. His man sneaks behind him and gets a layup.
14 points from Joel Scott. The rest of the team is combined to score 13. Here's Scott inside. Good defense by the Lobos.
Well, what did Niko Medved say? He wants paint touches. First two possessions, paint touches.
13 on the shot clock for Colorado State. Winner advances to the championship game tomorrow against San Diego State. Earlier tonight, they knocked out the top seed Utah State. 5 blocks in this game for New Mexico. They lead the Mountain West in blocks, and they also lead them in steals. Another one right there. Dent with the left hand.
Wow, what a great finish.
He sat in that first half with 2 fouls, including the technical, but he's got 4 points now. Scott in the paint.
Just muscled his way in. I'm surprised. It's not like Nelly Joseph is a small guy.
He's listed at 6'10", 240, so yes, I would agree with that. Mashburn Jr. from the free throw line, no. And it's knocked around, Toppin out to the perimeter. House for 3. Another one tipped out. Mashburn just inside the line. And a whistle inside the foul.
Well, they're having all kinds of trouble keeping New Mexico off that glass.
That's the 3rd foul on Nick Clifford.
Well, he's got to come out. Couple of minutes.
And he will as Tavy Jackson takes his place. A homecoming for Jackson, the sophomore from Las Vegas, and played at Las Vegas High School, where he averaged 26 points per game as a senior. Mashburn again up with it, too strong, and strong with the rebound.
Tough shot.
Behind the back, Stevens, another block. Joseph got that one, the 6th of the night for New Mexico.
Boy, it looked like Cartier had a free 100% layup. Jalen House disappeared for a few minutes.
Pulled a Bo Jackson.
I mean, that is as clean as it gets.
New Mexico had 7 blocks last night against Boise State, 6 more tonight.
You know, it's tough when you're a paint scoring, 2-point scoring team playing against a team that blocks shots like that.
Cartier lost it and a turnover.
Colorado State number 8 in 2-point percentage in the country at 58%. That's tested today.
8 turnovers by the Rams.
That also has been tested.
Dent gives it right back. Jackson in transition and an offensive foul.
Yeah, I mean, that was, you kind of saw that one coming.
Jack Pitino, Richard's son, is into it.
Isn't it past their bedtime?
Isn't it past our bedtime? Look at Jack.
He knows a charge when he sees one.
No doubt. this half. Colorado State, 2 field goals, 3 turnovers.
Yet they're only down 6.
Hanging in, House over to Toppin. Off glass for 2.
That was the most aggressive thing I've seen him do in this game so far. Because I was excited to watch him live as the Rookie of the Year in the league.
Points off turnovers, 13-2 in favor of New Mexico.
So, you know, Isaiah Stevens not like looking to shoot.
Cartier to Scott, missed it, gets it back. Scott right back up, no. Flying in for the rebound is Jackson, rejected by Toppin. Now Strong, jumper, air ball. Strong's 0 for 6.
And you know, all those layups were missed because they were contested at the rim.
Dent leaves it for Joseph.
I mean, Stevens, it doesn't even look like he wants to shoot the ball. Normally, he's passed up a bunch of shots, I think.
Cartier, and he gets the foul. Eddie House doesn't like it. Mashburn called for his second. We showed the replay here at the Thomas and Mack Center, and the Lobo contingent did not like it. CBS Sports celebrates Women's History Month, recognizing the outstanding contributions women have made on and off the field of play. Colorado State only 16 points in the paint. They have missed 11 layups tonight.
I'm sure that rim protection has a lot to do with those 11 layups.
Dent runner, no. Jackson brings it across. Stevens leaves it for Scott. The corner, it goes to Palmer. And Joseph with the rebound.
I mean, Stevens doesn't look like he even wants to shoot the ball. And I don't think they can win without him scoring some points.
Amsiel, tough shot, no. And Jackson lost it off his foot. New Mexico ball when we come back. The Lobos with an 8-point advantage on the Rams with a spot in the championship game on the line. Such a memorable moment in NCAA tournament history. Ali Farouk-Manesh, now an assistant at Colorado State. What will happen in this year's tournament? The selection show is on the horizon. Tomorrow on the East Coast at 6 Eastern. Sunday for the rest of the country. There he is now in his 6th season at Colorado State. A great career at Northern Iowa. But his Colorado State Rams have to try to get going. They are in yet another drought. No points in the last 3 minutes and 11 seconds. And you've been talking about Stevens, Coach, has not taken a shot this half, and only 2 in the last 14 minutes of game action.
And he's the kind of guy that will take tough shots. He gets shots off. So definitely odd what I'm seeing.
A foul as Lake crashes into House. Over to Evan.
Again, it's a left calf strain for Stevens. I've been keeping a close eye on him, as you can see right now. I mean, he's got a noticeable limp. The athletic training staff did come up to him in that last huddle just to check in, and he gave the nod, I'm good. But he's clearly having to fight through this. And, Coach, as you know, that calf is critical. If you don't have it, you have no lift.
Oh, no doubt about it. Plus, they got to be worried a little bit for next week if this guy's not 100%.
House in double figures. He is the first Lobo in double figures tonight. The lead is 10.
That time they brought the double on Clifford.
Jackson for three.
On Scott.
Colorado State is 3 of 16 from deep. Ooh, House goes down awkwardly and calls a timeout. Exactly 5 minutes into the second half. A 10-point Lobo lead.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by AT&T. We believe connecting changes everything.
41-31 in favor of New Mexico. 5 minutes into the second half, and we are still waiting for Isaiah Stevens to get a field goal.
Yeah, I mean, they've been really defending him well, giving help when they needed it. There you see M. Seals stepping up. Misses a layup there. That was in the first half. But they have been obviously on high alert. I thought here was one he could have shot. As soon as he came off that screen, he didn't. So he's just not right now.
Joel Scott is 7 for 13. The rest of the Rams are a combined 4 for 30. And a foul. Goes against Tavy Jackson. How about Jalen House tonight? 24 minutes, 6 assists, and no turnovers.
And he plays at about 100 miles an hour.
Amshiel for three is good.
This kid shot the ball horrendously in the non-conference season, and then when the conference started, he started lighting it up.
Largest lead of the night. Palmer trying to cut into it. He does. The answer for Joe Palmer.
Really good kick out by Scott that time.
Toppin recovers. Ooh, Baker. And that's backcourt. Yep. Jackson on the attack, too strong off the glass.
Yeah, he's got to finish that one.
Dent rolls it in. Oh, beautiful play as Toppin finishes.
What a great seal by Toppin that was.
Stevens, finally. His first field goal of the night comes with 13:40 to go in the second half. We'll see if that provides a spark for the Rams. They trail by 10. Dent again to Toppin.
He's starting to do a lot of damage in the paint.
And House is called for the foul.
Let's take a look here at how they score on this play. You're going to see Dent coming off that pick and roll. And now, Toppin is setting his man up. He's got him set up and sealed up. And what Dent did that was so good there was breaking the angle to be able to get that ball inside to the post.
I like when you do that. It's like the sphere with your telestrator. There it is. New Mexico plus 14 in the paint. Stevens turns it over inside.
He's gotten hung up in the air in a couple of possessions tonight.
Baker for three. And a foul is called after this place erupted following the three from Jamal Baker. Let's check in with Evan.
And guys, they're going on this run without Jamal Mashburn Jr., who's been standing on the sideline trying to get fluid, stretching, using the Theragun. Clearly, whether it's dehydration, trying to stay loose, this is going to be a storyline for whatever team, but especially New Mexico throughout this, as these 3 games in 3 days take their toll.
Clifford is able to lay it in. It'll be the first time that a team that played in the first round advances all the way to the championship game. Those were the first points today from Nick Clifford. Baker, another three, not this time. Amseal somehow comes away with the rebound. Sends it out to House. Nowhere close. Well, Jack Pitino is feeling good tonight. 12 minutes to go. New Mexico 51, Colorado State 38. You're watching Bracket Week presented by Kubota. Let's take a look back at tonight's keys to the game, which were brought to you by Ace, the helpful place.
Well, for Colorado State, hit the boards. They didn't do bad. They have a +1 rebounding margin. No live turnovers. This is hurt. 16 points off turnovers for New Mexico. For New Mexico to defend the paint, they've really defended the paint extremely well against a team that lives in the paint. And get to the foul line. Haven't really needed to and haven't gotten to the foul line.
New Mexico with great balance. 6 players have at least 6 points tonight. And for Jalen House, he has 7 assists, which is a season high. How about this guy feeling it late night in Vegas?
And you know, Colorado State's almost the opposite. They only have 2 guys on the team that have more than 1 basket in this game.
The 5 Rams on the floor right now are a combined 5 for 23. Clifford trying to change that tune. He cannot, but he tracks down the rebound. And a turnover. 11 tonight for the Rams. They average 10 per game.
And what happens is they're getting sped up and they're not in a comfort zone for this entire game. Now they're in a zone. Which I think is a good move. Need to change something. The question is, are they going to be able to rebound out of this?
Toppin, yes.
When you get a layup, team goes zone, and you get a layup the first possession, not good for that zone.
Eight of Toppin's 10 points have come here in the second half. Stevens bounces it back to Cartier. Great defense by Amseal. It'll stay with the Rams, but only 6 on the shot clock.
Good job by Amseal there.
Stevens, his second field goal of the night.
Yeah, he was ready to shoot that one. They got to get some stops.
Mashburn back out there, if you heard Evans' report. Dent through traffic, leaves it for Toppin.
I'll tell you what, that was a really good offensive possession. The ball went into the post right away, out, reversed, back in. Really good offense there.
5th assist for Donovan Dent. 3 ball on the way, and it won't go for Lake. Dent to Toppin. Mashburn with a pass fake. Can't hit the three, and the rebound goes to Joe Palmer. Stevens.
Great closeout there by Mashburn. He got to Joe Palmer quick.
Clifford runner won't go, and Clifford is 1 for 7 tonight. Contact and a blocking call against Palmer. Well, 9 hours from now, start your day on the hardwood with the CBS Sports Network as we bring you the Mack Women's Championship game live from Cleveland as Buffalo takes on Kent State. That's 11 a.m. Eastern here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Palmer commits his second foul. Good defense by Strong to poke it away and create the turnover. Clifford to Palmer on the break.
And Colorado State going to a small lineup, which they don't do often. Clifford's the 4-man now.
Amseal from the outside, yes. Wow, his second three. Scott. 18 for Joel Scott to go along with 6 rebounds. His season high is 20, so he's inching closer.
He's been not only their whole offense, their whole paint offense.
Chance of Lobos here in Vegas as Dent hangs but doesn't finish. Fumbled around, and now it's controlled by Josiah Strong. Stevens, that was a bad pass.
He's throwing some passes today that you'd never see him do.
Five turnovers tonight from Isaiah Stevens. Dent. Ashburn tracks it down. A lot of contact, and now a foul is called. And a little shaken up is Josiah Strong.
Foul number 3, Josiah Strong, his first.
Bemba comes back as Palmer exits. And Kyan Evans is also going to come in to replace Isaiah Stevens. Mashburn. And Joel Scott is there once again.
I'll tell you, Mashburn, he likes shooting the ball.
He's 3 for 10 tonight. Evans, that's a deep three, nowhere close.
Yeah, not a good shot. You know, with Stevens out of the game at this point, I don't know. They're not throwing in the towel yet, but
held ball, it'll be Lobo ball when we come back, trying to put this one away. 7:10 to go, a 14-point lead. You are watching Bracket Week presented by Kubota. New Mexico leads 58-44. Let's see who's reaching new heights, brought to you by Werner Ladder, and Jalen House has been reaching new heights tonight.
yeah, he set the tone right from the beginning of the game, actually. I mean, they had balanced scoring. He's got 11 points, and his dad is loving it.
Eddie House bringing the moves. Okay, we see you. 7 assists, no turnovers for House. All right, lap 7:10 to go. Where is Colorado State going to turn to try to get some points?
Well, Isaiah Stevens is back in the game. I think he's the type of guy that's got to really turn around, and they need Nick Clifford, who's another guy that is capable of scoring. Hasn't had a good game. Arguably, the two best offensive players didn't play well at all. I mean, Isaiah Stevens, 1 assist, 5 turnovers. That's like never.
Clifford for 3. And maybe it's the start of a run.
That's the start. There's a long way to go in this one.
Dent drives and rejected Clifford. And a foul on the putback by Joseph.
It looked like Dent was going to get a great block by Clifford.
Nelly Jr. Joseph is at the free throw line, 53% on the year. Baker back from Mashburn, who's 0 for 6 this half. One out of 2 for Joseph. And a whistle and a foul. That's the 5th team foul against the Lobos.
Hand check.
Second foul on Joseph. Bemba down low. Amseel got a hand on it.
Yeah, that was a good block.
And out of bounds. It'll be with the Rams. House is at the other end of the floor in front of the New Mexico bench and appears to be in some discomfort. He got hit in the eye. See House coming into the paint. Yep, his own teammate Amseel got him. You can see his eyes tearing up a little bit. Nine blocks tonight for New Mexico.
7 last night.
Wow. Stevens with a tough one.
Now all of a sudden he looks like he's moving a little better, being more aggressive.
A 7-1 run for Colorado State. Dent trying to cut into it. He does.
A little bit too easy there. No help. Just went right by him. Got to stop the dribble.
Stevens comes off it and knocks down the 3.
I thought he had a number of shots just like that the whole game that he did not take.
And all of a sudden he's in double figures with 11. He's 4 for 4 this half. Dent had it poked away and taken away. All of a sudden the Rams have a little pep in their step. Stevens to a cutting. Clifford missed the jam. Right to Scott, who puts it in.
They need a timeout.
And Richard Pitino is signaling for a timeout. With 4:45 to go, Colorado State has a little bit of life. Don't go to bed just yet. A 12-3 run. A look at the bracket in the Mountain West Conference Tournament tomorrow, 6 Eastern on CBS. San Diego State will take on the winner of this one, which is still up for grabs with 4:45 to go.
And the one thing we got to keep in mind, if Colorado State does not turn the ball over and this last 5 minutes goes into a half-court situation and Isaiah Stevens seems to be starting to feel it, this could get very dicey for New Mexico.
Jalen House is back on the floor. You saw him get poked in the eye a short time ago.
But they have to make stops. And the last time, Dent just went right to the basket and got a layup.
House to Joseph. No, but the follow by Toppin.
He's a really good offensive rebounder, Toppin.
Leads the Mountain West with 3.5 offensive rebounds per game. House right up on Stevens. Scott double teamed inside.
He's got to kick that out.
And a 3-second call.
Yeah,
good call.
And again, he couldn't shoot it because the shot blockers were all there.
Toppin. Oh, wow.
Second half, this kid's been doing something.
He is 8 for 11. He's got 16 points and 8 rebounds.
He leads the league in field goal percentage.
Another assist for House, 8 of them with no turnovers. House fouls Scott. And it's our final media timeout. New Mexico trying to get to the Mountain West Tournament Championship game. Welcome back, and coming up next, Inside College Basketball crew, wide awake, getting set to talk conference tournament action. Keep it here as Bracket Week continues on CBS Sports Network. Late night results, UC Davis defeats Hawaii and UT Arlington up late on Tarleton State. And then, hey, in less than 9 hours, you're going to have more college basketball, the Ivy League, the American East Championship game. A great time of year in college basketball. Been a great second half for JT Toppin. 14 points, 7 of 8 from the floor to go along with 6 rebounds. And we talked to Richard Pitino earlier today about the tournament resume for the Lobos, and he said, look, it's inconceivable to me that we wouldn't get in with 24 wins, but you never want to leave it in the committee's hands, and they're playing like that tonight.
Not when everybody's got you like last 4 in. That's a little too close.
Which is what Jerry Palm has right now. Clifford to Cartier.
Really good offense there. That time on the pick and roll, they stayed with the dribbler, lost the roller, easy layup.
House right past Clifford, hands off Toppin. Not this time, the tip not there either, and Clifford has it.
I'd find Isaiah Stevens.
Cartier can't find him. A steal by House with Stevens back. House for 2.
That was a big swing there.
Lake from the corner. With 2:10 to go.
They got to use the clock now.
New Mexico trying to get to the Mountain West Tournament final for the first time. since 2018.
Tough shot.
Well, Clifford just picks it up. Everybody stop. Stevens for three. And the Lobo fans explode with 90 seconds to play. And Niko Medved says, let's foul Donovan Dent, who's a 68% free throw shooter. It'll be a 1-and-1 for the sophomore.
Bringing in Palmer, get some three-point shooting in there, because obviously that's what they need.
New Mexico and San Diego State have met 3 times prior in the Mountain West Championship game. Most recently 2018 when the Aztecs won. But the Lobos won the other 2 in 2014 and in 2012. In fact, 2014 is the last time New Mexico won the Mountain West Tournament Championship.
Steve Alford was coaching.
Lobos won 3 straight from 2012 to 2014. The MVPs, Drew Gordon, Tony Snell, and Cameron Bairstow. Clifford tracks it down. Lake for 3. Clifford tracks this one down. And a 2 and a timeout for Niko Medved. 1:08 to go, a 9-point game.
Well, the bottom line is they just have to go out and make free throws now. There's going to be a lot of red in this building tomorrow. 2 fan bases that travel.
Well, it should be a great atmosphere. We know there's a lot of Aztecs fans here. We know there's a lot of Lobos fans here, as you can hear. And they will collide at 6 Eastern time tomorrow, barring a late, miraculous comeback from Colorado State.
It's happened.
Sure has. And Niko Medved told us that, make no doubt about it, this is a road game that they came in to play. It certainly felt like it. Niko said it feels like all of Albuquerque is in Las Vegas right now. When you look back at this game for Colorado State, there was too many long droughts without field goals and points. You could maybe survive 1 or 2 of those. They had a handful of them tonight.
Started the game with a good one.
11-0.
But you have to give New Mexico credit for the way they defended a very good offensive team in the half court. Now they're going to set up their pressure.
House is fouled by Palmer at midcourt.
Still 1-and-1.
That's his third. Back to the Lobos, One and
1-1 for Jalen House. He's the guy you want at the line if you're the Lobos. $14 points, 8 assists, no turnovers, and 2 steals for Jalen House.
Just be careful there because you really don't want to foul.
Scott for 3. And will stay with the Rams.
They're just all going hard to the glass now.
Stevens connects. And the foul immediately by Stevens.
Foul number 4, Isaiah Stevens. This is his third personal. 10-team foul.
Stevens only had 2 points in the first half, 11 here in the second half.
Yeah, he was much more aggressive in the second half. I thought he had a ton of shots that he didn't shoot. What are they checking? Clock?
It'll be 2 shots for House this time. Tough shot there by Stevens. Clifford the rebound. And now Toppin gets it away. House will pull up in midcourt. They commit the foul. And House is firing up the Lobo fans. Now you look ahead to tomorrow, Lap, and again, for New Mexico, it'll be their 4th game in 4 days. Now the good news is no Lobo played more than 35 minutes tonight, so that should help, but what's the challenge of playing 4 in 4 days?
Well, they do have pretty good depth, so you know what I mean? But you're playing for a championship. These guys are young. I mean, I think that they're going to be so, the adrenaline is going to be so much, and with the depth that they have, I think they'll be fine. I think Connecticut went through the Big East tournament, won 5 games in 5 days, so I mean, it could be done.
Nico Mendez says no more fouls, and the Lobo fans rise as one. New Mexico back in the Mountain West Championship game. (74-61) the final. The Lobos return to the championship game for the first time in 6 years. And it will be a rematch of the 2018 final when they take on San Diego State. The 5th-seeded Aztecs against number 6 New Mexico at 6 Eastern tomorrow on CBS.
They were so tough defensively in this game, man. They held Colorado State to 34%. Colorado State shot 48% on the season. One of the best offensive teams in the country. Their defense was terrific.
House with 19 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, and no turnovers. And he is with Evan Washburn.
Yeah, joining me after a nice sprint to the corner there to pay some respect to these fans. What was the difference in this game that sends you guys to a championship tomorrow?
Like I said before, we just wanted more. We just wanted more.
Why do you guys want it more?
I mean, we all playing for something more than just a Mountain West championship game. We want to get to the tournament and make some noise.
What kind of confidence is this group playing with right now?
The utmost of confidence. I mean, you see what we're doing right now. I mean, I just hope we can keep this up and sustain it for the whole month of March.
How would you describe the desperation that comes with wanting to not only get to the NCAA tournament, to capture a championship? You haven't done it since high school.
I mean, it's a lot. I mean, like you said, I haven't done it since high school, and I just want to get another championship.
San Diego State awaits tomorrow. They've been the standard in this league. You faced them twice. What do you have in store for them?
It's going to be a dogfight tomorrow.
Got anything left in the tank?
I got everything left in the tank.
Can't wait to see it. See you tomorrow.
Let's go.
They split during the regular season, Evan, with each team winning at home. Round 3 coming up tomorrow on CBS. So for Steve Lapis, Evan Washburn, our producer Jonathan Stiegel, director Andy Goldberg, and statistician Ethan Cooperson, I'm Andrew Catalan saying so long from Vegas. Now let's send it back to Brent Stover in New York for Inside College Basketball Bracket Week, presented by Kubota.